my channel, and today's look is going to be on the look that I am wearing today. And I am super excited to be recording this or filming this. One, because it is utilizing the new Becca Cosmetics Jaclyn Hill collab highlight in Champagne Pop, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Like, this was the first time that I actually used it, and my reaction to it is 100% genuine, and let's just, like, highlight is on fleek. Like, it's just, it is amazing. I have got lipstick in my teeth. So today's look is a very classic glam look. It's very full on, very flawless. This is definitely a look that you can use for a date night or a girls night. And I did a very just neutral eye, dramatic lashes, very highlighted, very contoured. And I also did an ombre lip. This is something that complements so many people. Just finding the right lip, red lip for your skin tone obviously is what's gonna make this look the way it does. So this is just a very classic, very glamorous glam look. And I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Hopefully this helps you guys out, and yeah, I will see you soon. Bye. Alrighty, so I am gonna start off by moisturizing, and for this look I want my face to be matte. I want it to be flawless, and I want it to be very matte. So I'm gonna use, for my moisturizer today, the Murad Oil Control Mattifyer. This has an SPF of 15, and I like it because it comes in a little tubey, so I can actually use it instead of having to dig with my knuckles. I hate having to do that. So I'm really going to concentrate this on the areas that I have the most oil, or where I get the most oily throughout the day, which is like my nose and my upper cheek area. And I do notice that when I use this, that my oil isn't as bad, but it also hydrates, so that's a good thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with two different primers. So I moisturize my skin, and then I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Base. And this is really more like a gel versus like a cream. Murad also makes a oil control mattifier in a gel, but I don't really like it because it kind of like, I put it on and then it rolls off in like chunks, if that makes sense. So I am going to just place this only in the areas that I have the most oil, which is like this, my T-zone area, so the center of my forehead. My chin doesn't get really oily. It's mostly my nose and my cheeks and a little bit on my forehead. So instead of like rubbing it in, I'm actually just pressing it just in the areas that I get the most oily. This is where I really notice that like the makeup starts to break. So I'm just going to press that just in those areas. I'm also going to take that on my eyelids, whatever's left over on my fingers. Now, this isn't a eyeshadow primer by any means, but I do get really oily in my eyelids. So if I don't do this, especially with the eyeshadows that I'm going to be using today, I notice that I crease a lot, even with a primer. So I have just patted that in, and now I'm going to go in with another Makeup Forever product, and this is the Smoothing Primer. So what this is going to do is it's going to give me, and this is like the same consistency as like the Professional and some of the other, what is it, the Photo Finish, the purple one from Smashbox, same consistency. And this is just going to minimize, I'm just gonna lay that right over those areas. It's gonna minimize my pores, because with oily skin you do tend to have large pores. And it's gonna give me a nice canvas to work on with my foundation. Alrighty, moving on to foundation, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and this is in the shade N153, and I'm just going to use about 2 pumps of this, and I'm going to take that on my Makeup Geek foundation stippling brush, and I'm just going to press it into the skin. Usually I buff and blend, but today I'm just going to stipple that all over my face. This is going to give me the most coverage. I'm just going to feather that down just a little bit just so there's not a heavy line. And then also don't forget to just like blend up to the hairline and like back to the ear, because like last thing that you want is like, see how this is all like a different color than like the rest of my face. So you just blend that up to your ear. Blend, 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 blend. To work on the other side of my face. And you can see I had a little blemish that wanted to rear its ugly head today. And honestly, I do believe that this is not, I don't think this matches me anymore. I have recently been just like at the water parks and swimming, and I've obviously gotten more tan, and I feel like this isn't blending very well. Once we highlight and contour, I think it'll be fine. Now, if you feel like this is just way too much coverage, you can always go in and then just really just buff it in. But I think for right now, this is good for me. So I'm gonna go in with two different concealers. So I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Master Concealer, and mine is in the shade Light Medium. And this is like heavy duty coverage. So I'm just gonna tap that underneath my eyes, just like that. I actually put too much on this side. I'm just going to grab that. And then I'm also going to, well actually no, this is just the first step. So I'm going to just pat this in as much as possible with my finger, just to kind of like blend it out a little bit. I'm gonna just kind of drag it down as well. Also hitting like the edges of my nose, so that's kind of as good as it's gonna get. Now I'm gonna take my beauty blender, so I'm just gonna go in and pat and blend that in. And you want to be sure that you're using a concealer that is the right undertone for your skin, because if it has like a pinky undertone for any beauty, yeah, like that, that is tanned or has those beautiful golden undertones, olive skin, stuff like that, that pink is gonna make you look super ashy, and it's gonna make you look ghostly. I cannot stress enough about that. Like you don't wanna be ghostly at all. Ready. Got that blended in. So now I'm gonna go in with a second concealer, and I'm using the Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage. And mine is in the shade Medium Neutral. So I'm just going to now put that in the spots that I have just like bags. And I'm also going to take that on the forehead, down the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, the chin. So I'm put that in those areas. I'm going to take my Real Techniques Bold Metals Flat Paddle Brush. I think this is like 101. And I'm going to press that in to that under eye area. Just really just press that, getting super close to that lower lash line and in that inner corner. These are the areas that I get the most darkness. And I'm just using this for right now. So I'm really pressing that in, kind of looking up and doing that, just using by like my feel, and then getting into that inner corner and then just tapping it out. Once I have done that, then I'll go back in with my beauty blender and I'll just blend it in even more so. Do the forehead. This is honestly probably gonna be the most tedious, longest process of life. But look at how white I look. I look like a ghost. Okay, so I legit don't know where my freaking powder went, but I'm gonna improvise, and I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia banana powder. And I'm going to use that on an e.l.f. God, I'm like dropping everything today. On the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. And I'm just going to like swirl that. Just like so. Pick it up on my brush. Tap off any excess. And double check, make sure that your concealers haven't creased. And if they have, go back in and really get that out, because if not, the powder is going to set everything and it's going to make it crease. And I'm just going to just tap that in this area right here, just underneath that eye socket, or not the eye socket, but like just, yeah, where your eye, yeah, you know what I mean. And just really pat that in. Do the same thing to the other side. Really press that in there. Try not to swipe, just press. Alrighty, now we're going to bake. Not bake cookies or cake. We're going to bake our concealer. So I'm taking the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm going to give it a little bang bang, and I'm going to take that on my damp beauty blender. I'm going to use the round side. Actually no, I'm going to use my tapered side, and I'm just going to dip my powder or my beauty blender in, and I'm just going to apply this liberally. Like, I'm really gonna just like put it on there. And I'm also going to put that on the center of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose. Any place that you have placed that concealer, you're going to bake. Once you have done that, you are actually going to leave that for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to set my timer. So while that sits, I will usually just finish getting ready. Start doing my hair, which my hair is already done today, and I'll just kind of like do something else to preoccupy myself. In this case, I will actually start doing my eyes. So I'm going to use the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. This has really been an obsession of mine recently. I used it in the last couple of videos. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna take that right underneath my brow too. For my shadows, I'm gonna actually take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, and I will list everything that I've used below. So now I'm gonna set everything with, I'm gonna use this light brown matte shade right here. I'm gonna take that on a Sigma E35. Now I'm going to take my Sigma E40 and I'm going to go into this warmer brown shade right here. So I used this one to set, and I'm going to use this one in the crease. Okay, so my timer just stopped. I'm just gonna finish off my eyes before I actually take off that. So if you feel like this is still too dark, you can always take, I'm gonna take Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie with my Sigma E40, and I'm going to just put that at the very, very top, so that way it just kind of blows that out a little bit more, and it kind of just like lightens everything just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to just pause there. I'm going to go back to my face. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Morphe G2, and I'm just going to start dusting that powder off of my face. And then for this lower eye part, I start at the bottom and I work my way up to the top. And then with whatever is left over, I just press that in. So I'm just going to finish off the rest of my eyes, and I'm going to move on to my brows, and I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Brunette. I'm just going to set my brows with the Maybelline Brow Drama. I'm going to now curl my lashes. For mascara, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing too. Once I have done that, I am going to go in with eyeliner, and I'm using the e.l.f. cream liner, and mine's in just black, and I'm going to take that on my Morphe G21, which is just an angled brush, starting from the lower lash line and flicking that up and dragging that in, so you can see how it automatically goes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of that gel liner, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it into about 1/4 of the way into that lower lash line. Just like that, because I want it to be nice and kind of round but like lifted at the same time. My eyes look so janky right now, like I'm gonna do the same thing to that other side. About 1/4 of the way in. So now that I have done that, I'm going to go in with the Pixi Eye Brightening Liner, and I'm going to use that on that waterline. Now moving on to false lashes, I'm going to go in with the Eyelure number 126, the definition lashes. Already got that going. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'm done with my eyes. I'm going to finish off the rest of my face. So for my bronzer, I am going to use NARS Laguna bronzer, and I'm taking that on my NARS Ita brush. I just need to give a little bit more definition because you can see I'm just so like flat. I need cheekbones. So I'm just going to load up my brush a little bit and create the illusion of cheekbones. And then I'm just going to wiggle that up and down just to kind of blend that in. And I'm only staying about mid-cheek. I'm not bringing it all the way in because if not, it's going to look harsh and masculine. We don't want it. Do the same thing to the other side. And then just up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, you don't need this brush. I am trying to give it a chance because I didn't really like it when I first got it. If you have the NARS Hoola Bronzer, the little brush that it comes with, I have it here somewhere, I'll find it. The brush that it comes with is this. It literally is the same thing. If you were to take this apart and what's left is this. And it is just as good. So now what I'm going to do is I have defined my cheekbones, and I'm actually going to take the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit, and I'm going to go in with dark cocoa, and I'm going to take a big fluffy powder brush, and I'm just going to run that in that hollow just to kind of bronze up my face a little bit more. Now you don't have to do this step. I don't feel like I blended nicely, okay? I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to hit my hairline just to kind of bronze up the rest of my face. I'm also going to take that on that lower jaw just to kind of hide that double chin I've got going on. Done that. Now for blush, I am going to take another Morphe palette, and it's the 9B palette. And I'm going to take this color right here, and it's like a nice dusty rose color. I'm going to take that on my Sigma angled contour brush, and it's the F40, and I'm just going to tap, tap, because like it picks up a lot of product. Tap, tap, tap off excess, and then I'm just going to go right on top of where I contoured, and I'm just mostly going to emphasize that on the apples of my cheeks, and then I'll kind of drag that up just to give me a little flush of color. Lightly dusting, like this seriously picks up so much, like it's super pigmented, so you kind of have to really be careful on how you apply it. And now I just want my skin to be super glowy. Even though this is just like a very kind of matte look, I still want a glow. So I just got this in the mail, and it is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop, and let's just admire this right here. Let's just.
I was literally gonna cut somebody if I did not get this. Like, set my alarm clock, I just happened to hit like refresh at just the right time. It was like, add to basket. I was like, buy, buy, buy. Like, it just, perfection.
So I'm gonna take Champagne Pop on my Sigma F35, and I'm just gonna load that up with my product. Tap off a little bit of excess, because this is like soup. This is like, I love you. This is just amazing. And I'm going to sweep this. Oh my god! Oh, this is my first time using it, you guys, and oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Highlight on fleek! On fleek! Like, I'm seriously like tearing up right now because I freaking love this. Son, oh my god, this is perfect. Oh, like, you don't even know. Fudge. Let's just take a moment and just, like, how freaking gorgeous this looks. Oh my god. Oh my freaking word. This is just, this is perfection. I die. I just die. Oh my god. Yes. 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 So I'm also gonna take Champagne Pop on top of that brow bone. I'm gonna strobe, if you will, underneath that brow bone, which you can take your fingers, or because this is so tapered, you can just take like the very tip of this under that brow bone. I'm actually gonna just bring it around too. Yes. 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 Ugh. And I'm gonna dust that on the tip of my nose, which I probably should define my nose. I'm gonna take that across that Cupid's bow with, there's nothing left on my brush. It's just whatever was left over. And I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna, yes, do that underneath. I'm really sad that this is limited edition, because I'm probably gonna hit pan. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna define my nose, because I forgot to do that initially because I was too excited to use that highlight, because like, yes. So I'm gonna take my e.l.f. contour, tapered contour brush, what is it called? e.l.f. contour brush, and I'm just really going to slim up, define my nose. Oh, I'm using the Cocoa contour again. I'm using that medium cocoa. And I'm gonna use my NARS Ita brush. There's no product on it, just to blend that in. I love this because it does really fit nicely into the sides of my face. And then whatever, I'm just gonna tap it. I'm gonna do that to my nose. Alrighty, so I'm pretty much done with my face. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take the Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray, and I'm just going to set everything in place. So for my lips, I am gonna take the Too Faced Melted Long Wear Liquefied Lipstick, and this is in the shade Melted Velvet. I am gonna just outline my lips, and I'm using just a Real Techniques lip brush. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make it more of an ombre lip. I'm actually going to take, it's called Slayer by Kat Von D. It's the black lipstick. And I'm going to take another lip brush and I'm just going to load up that brush. And just smack my lips together. That is actually going to give it the most even blend. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And then as I get closer to the center of my lip, I'm just going to flick it. And then you can take that other brush that you had and just blend the two. Alrighty, so that does it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, week, evening, whatever it is you're having. Don't forget to tag me on any of my looks that you have recreated with hashtag Chanel Sundays, and I will see you soon. Bye.